Guys, hello, hello, hello. Yes. All right. I'm sorry about that, guys, but it's Thanksgiving. I had to check on my food. Yes. Ooh, let me fix my hair and these glasses. All right. So yes, we're back. And like I said, it was Thanksgiving, so I had to check on the food. Let me fix my tire. Get all right. My necklace. All right. Okay. So the topic is who framed Rich Long. We're going to go through the suspects, but we're also going to let's turn these speakers off. I'm hearing a little feedback from these speakers. There we go. All right. So, and we're also going to, if you feel like one is more to blame than the other, let us know. Where Rich feels like things started getting silly in his life is when what Cynthia G says, a woman of no color. We have been naming her Karen for just namesake. Made a false police report on Rich. Now, like I told you, this woman was in no danger. This woman was actually on that same corner the next day. So, not synonymous with anybody that's fearful of their life or whatever they said. They weren't in any type of danger. Our response, see, Rich's response has always been the dignified response. They had to bait a situation to try to get him to act the way they thought that he was from the beginning. And he kept rising his head above. And that's what they're really hating. His response to Karen, when Karen was antagonizing, was to roll up the window. And this was a little bit warmer weather back in September. It was very hot. I was right there in the car. It was very hot. And our response was to roll up the window on Karen. And we have tinted windows, so that probably infuriated Karen. If we know the mindset of them, that is red flag number one of infuriating. I mean, to the highest level is when they cannot and not know what you're doing. So at that particular moment, with no one approaching Karen, no one out of their vehicle in Karen's space or anywhere around Karen, we're actually in our own space trying to get away from Karen. Rolled our windows up for privacy. And Karen, in that scenario, right then and there, no more, no less, stood there and called 911 and said God knows what and went running down the block. We're still in the car, have not left the vehicle. We are in the same position when the police come and now want to harass us from what Karen's lies. From that point on, that same day, Karen runs to, Karen, while she's there, not doing what she was supposed to be doing, but actually in our business, was actually talking to a Black girl with D'Angelo braids. Okay. This same person was with the gunman. And this is not what I'm saying. This is actually police video and surveillance that they have. So, and they present it to us. So I'm like I said, this whole area is heavily monitored. Okay. So so they saw everything from start to finish and still harassed the heck out of Rich, which is why their names are on the list as well. Nobody from the top down has done right by Rich Long. Not one person. It was all a mob mentality, gang up, gang stalking, um, and no one just stopping to get a clear thought. Okay. So then, okay, Karen's with Black Girl with D'Angelo braids, calls cops on Rich Long. We are in the vehicle. We have not left. We have with the windows rolled all the way up in a very um, non-aggressive as possibly can be stance. The police were called on us to say God knows what. They expect us not to be upset about that. I don't know why. I don't know why we wouldn't be upset about that. Okay. So keep in mind, she's with Black Girl with D'Angelo braids. Then she runs down the street and runs to another black man, um, who subsequently 2 days later, that then immediately him and Rich get into a word off because Rich is like, mind your business. And he started, approaching Rich, and we just went inside. Okay, so still don't find anything wrong with what Rich has done so far. He was the victim of a relentless Karen who would not mind her business. So we don't have to feel any other way than wronged and victimized. We don't have to feel any other type of way. Okay, so they're trying to make us feel some type of other way, but we refuse to feel some other type of way because we know what happened. We were there, and we would like justice to finally, be in this favor. So okay, that neighbor who runs to Karen now has just coincidentally, while Rich is going to the store, he's now cat calling across the street, Rich, 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 according to the Ring. Um, like I said, none of this stuff is anything. This is all people not using good judgment on blocks that are heavily videotaped. Okay, so he grabs Rich, playing. I don't know if he's playing around or not. And the bad thing about it is when Rich first came to Philadelphia, he actually was. He gave him something like for his kids or whatever, like a game system or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's always those type of people that you try to help out that now turn and ruin your life. Isn't that funny? Or try to. See, because my thing is every knock is a boost. And even though I tell him all the time, don't even worry about no holidays, no birthdays, no nothing. I'm thankful to be able to see you on a regular basis. I'm thankful to be able to talk to you on a regular basis. So I'm thankful for, I'm not a, and I'm thankful that he's still able to do what he can to try to provide, even in there. So he's more worried about, how we're, getting things together. I'm like, we are fine. We've been moving along, trying to, but that's on a personal level. But business wise, as you see, we've been moving along. We have a new song out, Unbelievable, by myself and Robert Curry of Day 26. So we've been working, even through all of this stuff. You see Rebecca, her show, Burglary of Birthright, which is now in postponement until she returns. She has a little personal issues and she wants to handle that, as you know, her story. So just because we elevate and we try to bring you guys regular content, don't mean that our lives are is perfect. It's not by any stretch of the imagination. And that's why Rich had to tell you guys that he was transgender, because all of this stuff. So this has had so much negative ramifications on his life. Like I said, we're going to definitely need lifetime worth of therapy. Definitely. Okay, let's go down the list. So we're about 4 people in that's already targeting. That's all right. So now we go. So we don't know whether this neighbor is playing around or what, but Rich didn't take it as playing around. And really, because he didn't take it as playing around because he felt violated. My thing is, nobody wanted to have interactions with people. Some people just have to have an interaction. You're trying to go to the store, you just go. Some people don't want to have interactions. They just want to do what they set out to do when they left the house. They don't want to have extra interactions. So, like I always say, if you know someone is a grouch, see, on Sesame Street, Oscar the Grouch is able to be in a neighborhood, find, and they figure out a way to coexist with Oscar the Grouch. But you have to know when you approach Oscar, what are you going to get every time? A grouchy reception. So I don't understand why people just now trying to act like they don't understand what's going on. What's going on is these people were relentless in harassment. And it's just snowballed to where Rich Long has been the victim of a whole bunch of gameplay, lies, manipulation, and slander. Okay, so that guy puts his hands on Rich, and they're tussling and bustling all the way from the store to the residence. Okay. And so we already know Rich wasn't the aggressor, because how are you tussling backwards? You know what I'm saying? So, Rich is trying to get to safety. Okay. And as he's doing that, he's calling my name. So that's another way that we know that he was not in any type of aggressive position. He didn't leave the residence to do anything. So it's no probable cause or any intention. He was going to the store. So he was the victim all the way around. His intentions were to go to the store and return, and that's what he did. Okay? It was the interaction and interruption by outsiders that wasn't in the store or wasn't, they were in the way. Okay? So, like I said, the guy who Rich once helped, Rich believes that person went to the police. Because, like I said, the next event was an armed gunman knocking on Rich's door, saying who called who a B. So we're probably assuming that that's what Karen was running around saying. I don't know. But again, that's crazy. Okay. Again, like, who thought of these plans? These are crazy plans. But Rich is the bad guy. Rich is the one in locked up. Do you see how we're in the upside down world? Okay. Gunman comes to the door. Say, who calls who a B? The gunman shoots, and so we're right next to a school as well. See, that's another thing that while we're trying to be very vocal and separate ourselves from certain we separate ourselves from buffoonery. Okay, we deal with that day. Now the police has a surveillance of this whole incident, and like I said, you can view it. Go to this channel. We did not post it on this channel because that is Rich's personal business, and he doesn't have a problem with. But I'd rather him do that and not us. But we will guide you to where it is and where you can view it. Go to one of the past videos here, which talks about that mysterious email. See, we're going to be sleuths today. It seems like us as the general people are solving things so fast. Okay, so we're going to put our what they call a tin foil kufi on, and we're going to go down a rabbit hole of finding out who framed Rich Long. Okay, so that's day one. Gunman comes to the house and shoots. Okay. Now, of course, Rich Long stands his ground. Okay. Day number two. Gunman comes and now mysteriously starts talking to the same agent store owners. I don't know, maybe he was just getting a soda. I don't know. But he went right there to get the drop. I don't know. This is all allegedly. We're just giving you the details. You come up with your own conclusion and Scooby-Doo it out. Okay? So now these same Asian store owners is the same ones that we showed you which was the most creepiest thing on the face of the earth and the most terrifying thing. Now, mind you, I don't know what the heck these people are doing or getting into. I just go in this person's store for some noodles, cigarettes and stuff like that, some soda. I don't know, and I pay my tab and I leave. I never had this much interaction with all these store owners, and I grew up in the 80s. So I don't know what the world is. I'm in a time world where now the owners are outside on the street doing all this while you're walking. You know what I'm saying? They just acting silly. So I don't know what's going on. It's very confusing to me. So I just want to get to the bottom of it. So now this is the guy I told you that stood up and leaned in Rich's car, one of these Asian store owners. The one I showed you on the videotape. Go to the one that says part 2 about updates on Rich Long about a week or so ago. That guy leaned into Rich's car and smiled. It was the most creepiest thing because he's outside on the sidewalk, really pretty much in the street almost, because we're parked. So my thing is, you're way out of your store and way out of line. So that was the most creepiest thing. So I don't know what more he does other than sell noodles at that corner store. I have no idea. But obviously it's some real high up type stuff because he was very bold that day. Now, mind you, like I said, when we called him out and said, "What the hell? What can you stop? What are you doing? You're just this what he wouldn't do a fist bump. That's what he did, a fist bump. You know what? I'm like, you people are insane. You people are insane. Why wasn't you fist bumping when you was leaning into my motherfucking car? You know what I'm saying? Like, you wasn't fist bumping there. You was looking real grimacy, Grinch like. You know, you was doing what Tyreek Nessy said, the Birdman hand rub. That's what you was doing, leaning into my car, looking crazy. I don't know what type of operation that you own there. I don't want any interaction or involvement. I just come to get my noodles and leave. And I don't even know if I want to do that anymore because I don't know what's going on. Now it's handing me my money in my pan. Now it's all the stuff that should have been done from day one. We had to go through a whole covert operation, and my partner being the victim of a whole bunch of just nonsense and just transphobia, homophobia, just nonsense. Coming to the door talking about who called who a big. That's probably what Karen was saying. What her problem was. You know, she whirlwind herself into somebody's life. You know what I'm saying? If people just mind their business, all this could have been avoided. So I don't understand how Rich is even anyway. Okay, that happens. This fool shoots in a school zone. So that's another reason why we have to separate ourselves from these hooligans, because we have aspirations and things that we want to do. We want, like I said, I was on the phone with the mayor's office, and we trying to get to the governor's ball. We don't have time for this tomfoolery. So we got to separate ourselves because just separate ourselves. Okay. So next day, gunman comes back again. Same school hours. Kids trying to get to school. Now he, gun toting in again at our car. We running, ditching, dodging, da da da. Now we hear over the loudspeaker, they're shutting the whole school down. So these kids got a traumatic experience with these hooligans that keep coming, that we feel, like I said, go to that video, the police surveillance, you would see the same girl with the D'Angelo braids, the one that we told you was right there with Karen, the day she called the police on Rich. So we're going to just try to figure this out because the police seem like they don't want to figure it out. So now we're going to go to, this is where we stopped. I had to go because I was cooking. The landlord. This man had us going all over town, but he was actually cohorting with these Asian neighbors, Asian store owners. He was cohorting with them, and I showed you the evidence of that. He harassed me to no end about a fire that just was the most asinine thing I ever heard in my life. When he doesn't see anything or know anything of anything that happens with anybody else, but it's just continuing. I haven't had a moment's peace with this thug, allegedly. He lies, allegedly. So we feel like he lied and told us he was selling the property, but really he was cohorting with these neighbors, and we have that evidence as well. He definitely was harassing me to no end, even after respectfully he saw with his own two eyes, because I allowed him to come in here the next day, and he saw with his own two eyes, no fire damage, his property 100% intact, and still a total of 6 times, continued to harass me, saying I started a fire. It was the weirdest thing. These people are fucking weird. And I'm calling these motherfucking weirdos out. Give a fuck. Anyway, then we got the neighbor in the building here. Okay. He actually approached Rich. He was the first one to approach Rich when he came here with some nonsense. Now, Rich and I, you know, rightfully so, we're trying to work things out, get to build, and you know how that is. Sometimes you bump head. That's why I ain't had nothing to say about no Danny Lee and the baby or whoever, because that's just regular relationship shit, you know, to be honest. But anyway, but these people actually thought that that was an invitation for them to now, their opinions were going to matter. So if Black lives don't matter, then definitely your opinion really does matter. Okay, so this neighbor approached Rich. Let's say Friday. This is when he first came up here. And say it was a Friday. And maybe Rich and I maybe had a falling out. Okay. Saturday, he hears us. He sees us. We're good. We're happy. Sunday, as we're coming in from wherever, the market, whatever, he pulls up behind us. And as we're walking to the house, I say, "Happy Sunday." And I'm going towards the house, and he stops and say, yo, can I talk to you for a minute? Trying to stop Rich. And they go for 20 something minutes. I just went on in and I immediately contacted the landlord. So I don't know what this landlord is going to say, what his reasoning is. We feel like it's transphobia. Okay, so we don't know what his reasoning is going to be for targeting my family. But he's less than smart, because he's the only one that I have a signed contract with. Now, I immediately reported this because that was inappropriate. First of all, I don't know you. You're not my daddy, my lover, my boyfriend, or anything. So that was inappropriate. See, this is how I'm trying to build a these people will, without a second thought, will try to play Rich out as being less than sane, without a second thought. But I can actually show you with evidence, not somebody reacting off of your gaslighting, because that's the only thing you got. But I can actually show you where each time when each one of these people initiated interactions with Rich Long, and then cried when the interaction went a grouchy way. Every one of these people. So yeah, who framed Rich Long? Thank you for soup. Forgot some more. Forgot these other two I added on at the end. Now, after all that, with these people that I've already named, Rich, because we now think that this person, all the way about 5-6 people up, went to the police, which makes, led to the gunman. The gunman was with the black girl with the Angelo braids. We see it right in the police surveillance video that they have online. You can go look that up. Just go to this page and just go to the video that talks about the mysterious email coming from a detective. The detective puts the link in the video. In the email. So go back and you'll be able to you may have to figure out how to get it, but we can't you just gotta go find it. Okay? Because the people who find the Easter eggs is going to be the one who solves this whole fiasco. We need the super sleuths on the case. Who framed Rich Long? Okay, now the police is involved because he feels like he's now been framed by this guy who put his hands on him, and that person went to the police. But why is it, if that's a direct thing and that's the only thing in paperwork so far, why are we talking about all these other, because these were the actual initiators. It's only our black behinds that caped like a freaking zombie-filled coon to cape for somebody without getting the facts or giving their brother who has given to them, the benefit of the doubt. So we don't have any respect for any coons or anybody, it's treasonous. But anyway, so they went allegedly to the cops, and now Rich Long again is violated in his home, because now those same police officers came with whatever warrant that we never seen to this day, and terrorized the hell out of my family. Again, this is what happened. And no regard for unarmed and they knew exactly what they were doing, because they were specifically just came to game. They didn't go they didn't go nowhere past grabbing Rich. They wasn't looking for anything. They wasn't searching. They wanted, that was it. They didn't go nowhere past the first room that he was in, and that's it. So he had to be, and then to add, because you see in that video as he's walking down the street, that the second time he got arrested, when they broke down the door, guns ablazing. You see the night before. Oh, the detective. We keep leaving him out. The detective who emailed him the night before, like I said, so concerned. How do you get from concerned to you're a fugitive less than 10 hours later? And you have not done anything in the mean in between time. Then the game is now we're going to arrest you with some warrant that we never seen. We're going to terrify you because we got to let you know that we got the power. We know the games. We're not silly. We're not silly. We're not stupid. And we're still not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still not changing anything. We understand what's going on. Okay. We still want to know what's going on. We still want to know. We're still asking questions. We still care about our loved ones. We're not going to just forget about them like you want us to do. Are you crazy? But anyway, so all that. So we don't know where the chicken or the egg, what came first, but we just know the series of events that led to Rich Long's incarceration, unlawful incarceration based off of lies, bullying, manipulation, and slander. We have every right to be upset. People act like people in this situation, not online. You people have been a dream. You people have been supportive. You people have continued to reach out. You people have continued to donate. You people have continued to everything, like support, call, reach out, send things. Thank you. So please continue to do so, guys. As you see, Rich Long is not here on the holiday, so please continue to donate. All the ways is in the description box below. Thank you to Mr. Thomas Brown. Your package, your t-shirt. I don't have one in front of me, but you see that if you donate over $100, we'll send you a Black Lives Matter, peopleblack.com love t-shirt, and we just sent one to Mr. Thomas Brown. It's tracked as delivered. Let us know how you like it. Post it. We'll repost you. We'll do all that. That donation went directly to Rich Long commissary. So, like I said, every penny helps, because now we're adding in the lawyers. Now you'll see the lawyer, because we CC'd that lawyer that night as we responded to that email. And Rich Long feels like that lawyer is playing a lot of in-between games and not really putting his needs first. So it's not any in saying little slick stuff. So we're really looking for another lawyer as well. So all funds go to that as well. Being then the policy enforcers. Then he got the boot on his car when he got out, and went to the DMV. He was very upset. The dog got out that morning. Thank God we got the dog back that evening. A nice, beautiful neighbor. But the dog got out that morning. So yeah, he's upset because now we got to deal with this and not look for our dog. So we're dealing with that. Hold on, let me I'll be right back, guys. I'm cooking, and hopefully I'll be able to post some pictures. I'm in the middle of cooking, and Rich, he has such a beautiful spirit. He's trying to cook for them in there. That's how his spirit is. Even in there, even with all of, we should not be so conditioned for this, and it's so sad. But it's kind of hot in here. I'm only going to be a couple more minutes, about 5 or 10 more minutes. But yeah. So now we have the lawyer. So we had an incident. Now it wasn't no problem at the DMV. Nothing. Because we had to go do the boot thing, get that off. Rich is irritated. The dog ran out that morning. So we wanted to focus on that. Now we have to focus on this, which it just was because coincidentally, that was the way they were targeting. Because when Karen called the police on us falsely, Rich wouldn't talk to them when they pulled up behind our car when we were in not any type of way. Rich didn't communicate with them. So what they did was put a ticket on Rich's car. Okay? So that's how they were able to. So my thing is, even that ticket he wouldn't have gotten if Karen wouldn't have called the police on Rich, who her life was not in any danger. We're just supposed to just say, oh, and just it's no. We have suffered, and we are tired of the bullying. That's why Rich made that video. Like, is anybody here not corrupt? The lawyer is. I'm on the phone with the lawyer. This is well after Rich got arrested the second time. I'm on the phone with the lawyer, and he's laughing like, he's just talking and well, you know, just like if somebody goes off in the DMV, like trying to be like. So that's why when I came on here, I roasted the fuck out the DMV. Yeah, we're able to be upset that antiquated motherfucking system. You know what I'm saying? Why is more people back there than it is out here? It's COVID. We're outside. We ain't even in the building. We're standing outside. It's about 5 people outside. It took 3 hours. You can't just go pay your thing and find out and pay. You have to go this, that, these, those, and do all this stuff to now, you know, then you got to go back and forth and back and forth. You got to go to one person for this, one person to pay, one person for that. And then when you go to the person for pay, you can't ask them no questions about the bill, or you got to go back into the other line. It's silliness. So yeah, anybody would get frustrated when their life has gotten already topsy-turvy. They've already been jailed already on some false, trumped up crap that people have done to their lives. They feel like people are ganging up on him, which they were. So yeah, and then have to deal with some asinine system of going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, dealing with something which we already know is a part of a harassment tactic. Okay. They were sitting behind, anyway, we know the games. Okay. So we don't now the lawyers involved. This are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in the whole police department. So the whole thing is, I don't understand, what did Rich do to warrant all of this? And it all stemmed from a lie. And they don't believe, I can tell you exactly what they believe. They don't believe that we should be upset. They think that Rich should just take that L and quietly and not fight for his freedom. They trying to pigeonhole him into some black on black mess that we never had anything issue with no black person around here. They actually slid into home to help Karen and cape for somebody that wouldn't do it for them. So we don't feel any type of way about anything. Our rights matter. We've done nothing to these people. We have been harassed, targeted, everything by these just cold and heartless individuals who Rich believes is 100% transphobic. Thank you to everybody from the LGBTQ community who have reached out to us and given us, thank you, the people at Trans Life. We truly appreciate it. They're on Instagram. They reach out to us all the time to check in and see how we're doing. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody in the in the Foundational Black American, the B1 family. Thank you for continuing to rock with us. You guys know Rich. Half of you even got cussed out by Rich and you're still here. That's how That's how family does. I don't know what this cooning and buffooning is, but it's sickening and it's counterproductive, and it's why we don't get anywhere as a people. Who framed Rich Long? I've given you all of the usual suspects. Where do you think things? Because we don't know this guy, but they all do. They don't know. We don't know this gunman, so we're not in no beef with nobody. But they all do. He was coming out the Asian store, buddy with him, with black girl with D'Angelo braids. So I was with Karen. The Karen was with the neighbor that put his hands on Rich. The neighbor was with the other downstairs neighbor that approached Rich. The neighbor's cohorting with that landlord who now, after lying to us and having us going all over town looking for properties, wasting gas, time, money, time off work, affecting our credit off of a lie. He told us he was selling the property and clearing it out. Now that neighbor that just that put his hands on Rich was the first one that put his hands on Rich. Now this landlord has allowed more of that person's family to move in, and I've already had to call the cops on them. So this is what I'm saying. This is the harassment that we're continuing, and now this landlord is being harassing still. So I'm thinking to myself, like, how did you go from trying to mammy me and tell me that you would do anything to help the plight of my people? But when I started asking questions and started, looking at things with my third eye, now all of a sudden, it's no communication. I have to go and da 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 da. No. That doesn't make any sense. So, no. Black Lives Matter. We have, because the reason why it's an issue, and the reason why all of these, we definitely, out of all these situations, the landlord is the one who did not understand that he is the one that has a signed contract. So we don't care what these other people do, because we don't have any contract with them. We just have to fight them as it is, legally how it is. You have an actual code of ethics that you have to go by, and you have clearly violated. You shouldn't have been cohorting with anybody and telling anybody our business. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. I have to go finish cooking. I probably will post some pictures later to let you guys see the final results. Love you guys. Thank you. And I'm out. If you don't have any questions, who do you think framed Rich Long? Because he definitely was framed. He's definitely and he can't even say that he was standing his ground, because he truly believes that those were orchestrated, unauthentic events. Free Rich Long. Justice for Rich Long. Thank you. And you guys have a good, happy holiday. And stream Unbelievable by myself, featuring Robert Curry at day 26. And you can follow me at Mama Bear Queen 215 and follow Rich at Keeping People Real TV. Please continue to donate, family. Please continue to donate. We appreciate it. That's another thing he feels like, because we don't even know how many layers is the things. Are they trying to stop Rich Long's bags? Are they trying to halt? That's what happens when, we feel like he was basically stolen away. We have not to this day seen a warrant. So just keep this situation in your thoughts, prayers, everything. Continue to donate, family, please. It's very expensive. And he's finally in a place that he's able to get commissary. Please don't get distracted by all of the nonsense. We have a person that's falsely, unlawfully arrested. And if it can happen to Rich Long today, it can be you tomorrow. I read a message on the last live that Meek Mill posted a day ago. People are really starting to pay attention. These stories are happening too often, and we do not want these vigilantes deputized in any way. All that citizens arrest crap, this is getting out of control, and we have more victims than people that are helping out. The authorities came and said case closed. That's where these people should have left it. Not then now play police and now get them all involved in our lives and in every which way. Rich Long is an innocent person. Every instance I've told you about was somebody approaching and doing is not one of these people who can say, they can lie, but we have the proof. The proof is when you call the police. What was the crime? So if that's false, all of this is heavy-handed and unnecessary and unethical, and what we believe is illegal. Free Rich Long. We've already talked to people in the mayor's office, and we're going up from there. Make sure you follow us, maddpop Worldwide. If you would like to work with us, if you would like to host your own show on Keeping People Real TV, reach out. The information, the email is in the description box. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. I gotta go. Gotta check on my food. Love you guys. All right. Free Rich Long.